Hey folks, welcome back to my channel. You join me in the morning of, well, it's middle of June here in Quebec. I wanted to film a really quick update video on the GPS situation on this motorcycle. So if you're new to the channel, thanks for watching. Welcome, my name's Charles. If you've seen the videos on my channel, you've noticed that there is a review of this motorcycle, the 2022 R1250 GS Adventure from BMW. I love this motorcycle, but I hate this GPS thing. Go watch the full video, the full review if you are so inclined, and thanks for doing that. But long story short, the GPS was a throw-in from the dealership. I didn't technically pay for the GPS, although they probably put the cost of that onto the margin of the bike and whatever. I understand. But I didn't pay for the optional extra itself. Okay, so I had read some really crappy reviews on the Nav VI, which is made by Garmin for BMW, evidently to a price point. But yeah, so I went through two of them in the first 2.5 years I've owned the motorcycle. And what used to happen is what you see online, right? If you have one of these, you're kind of familiar with it. The screen will start ghosting. The screen thinks you're clicking everywhere and you're not, and it'll start kind of freezing on you, and it just stops working, and it's absolutely useless. So as I shift into sixth here for a little bit, Garmin's really good. You just contact them on their chat, on their website. You talk about the screen ghosting, etc., and they're just gonna give you a return label. You print that out, you take it to UPS, and they're just gonna give you a new one. Like, there's no resisting the temptation of refusing. They're not gonna mess with you. They're just gonna give you another one because they know it's a known issue. At the end of last year, Garmin came out with what they say is a permanent fix to the situation, because what they do is they send you a refurbished version, right? But the problem comes back again. And what I read online and what I understand because of the model numbers, etc., is they replaced, and don't quote me on this, I hope I have the right terminology, but they replaced the resistor technology screen with a capacitor or cap touch type design for the screen. It's a different way that the screen has of registering that you're touching it. So hopefully, according to them, that will permanently resolve the screen ghosting issue. So far, I've used this a couple months. I got a new one. Again, this is my third one. I haven't had to mess with Garmin too long to get a new one, and they told me it was a new model. And I mean, it's not ghosting yet. The issue is the new screen technology is super sensitive. And I think it eats up a lot of the performance from the processor to run. Again, I think it's built to a price point, and what happens is you're going to hit a letter or a number, and then it'll think you hit it twice sometimes. Or you're going to put your finger really close to the screen, and because, I don't know, the heat of your finger or something makes the screen thinks that you just touched it, and so it's going to register that you touched it and you haven't touched it, and so it'll misspell whatever it is that you're writing. It'll add numbers to whatever street address you're using. It's not great. Now, if it doesn't ghost and I'm able to just use the thing without too much of a headache, then I guess it's better than the last one insofar as it just kind of works. But it remains to be seen whether I enjoy this one more than the other one. You have to be patient with it. Like, writing a full street address should take about, I don't know, 15 seconds. And it took almost a minute of like me correcting the misspells and then really going slowly, letter by letter, letting the screen register properly, looking for spelling mistakes and things like that. So it's really not ideal. Now, I could do without the whole Wonder Wheel integration with the whole dash and stuff like that, because I just use it on the screen most of the time. Apart from if I'm writing and I want to kind of zoom to see where I'm going or where the destination is. So I could just put another model from Garmin on here. I choose not to because of the wiring and the harness and all the stuff I'd have to. And again, I have it, and I haven't paid for it technically, and I don't mind, like, for now. But maybe subscribe to the channel and see if there's more ranting about this GPS in the future. I'm gonna stop here for some fuel, but that was kind of it. So far, okay. I definitely notice the change in the technology of what registers your touch on the screen. And so we'll go from there and we'll see what happens. And I don't want to use my phone. So if you're so inclined and you're kind enough to subscribe to the channel, you're going to see over the next few weeks, I'll begin to release a series of videos on a trip that I'm about to embark actually this morning to far east Quebec and then to New Brunswick on the bike. And my point is, other than a shameless plug on you subscribing to the channel, but the point is I'm going to be using the navigation here in areas where there aren't any, you know, there's no network, there's no cell coverage. So it's a situation where I don't want to use my phone for navigation, and I'd rather, for that reason alone almost, although you could also talk about, you know, weather protection and stuff for the phone if it rains and stuff like that, but I'd rather still use a GPS, and I don't want to have to mess with rewiring something for, say, a Zulu XT, which I think is a popular mod for the bike. You lose the connectivity to the handlebars and the integration with the dash and stuff, but you know, who cares? I just don't want to mess with any wiring, and so, you know, it'll be like this for a while. I'm just gonna have to mess with the screen the way it is, and hopefully just not misspell everything and not throw the thing into the ditch. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully you've gotten something out of this really short video. Again, thanks for subscribing. If you're so inclined, go check out the trip to Western Canada that I posted, I want to say a year and a half ago, and then this upcoming trip is going to be really nice, a bit of a shorter series for you. So have a great day. Thanks for watching. I'll catch up with you guys soon. Cheers.